Good afternoon, this is Tam Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire, and today I wanted to talk with you about elderberries. This shrub here is filled with the elderberries, and what I'm going to do is to just snip off these heads here and collect them in a bowl to take home so I can dry some berries and make some into jam. What I'm doing is just zooming in on the tree so you can see the leaves. They're arranged in opposite pairs. They're pinnate with 5 to 9 leaflets. And in summer, what happens is where you normally would see these berries, you would see beautiful white flowers. The flowers are followed by clusters of berries. They're called drupes. Now, if you take a look here at this drupe in my hand, you'll see that some of the berries are still green. The green berries are poisonous, as are the leaves, the bark, and the root of the tree. Right now what you're seeing is little empty drupes where the birds have picked off the berries, and had I come earlier in spring I could have used the white flowers to dip into batter and to fry and to make all sorts of awesome tinctures with to treat colds. So next year what I hope to do is to find the flowers and share another video with you. But in the meantime, some excellent information on elderberries can be found on Mean Dean's YouTube video, I believe eattheweeds.com. What I'm doing here is just using a fork, and if you go in behind on these drupes, what you're basically doing is just raking the berries off. That's the fastest way to get the berries off. And as you can see, I've collected a fair amount of these. I'm going to use the berries here in the bowl to make into elderberry jam, but I'm going to be saving a bunch of these elderberries to dry out, and what I'm going to do with that is to make tinctures for the winter for cough and cold. It's actually very amazing. These are filled with vitamin A and vitamin B, vitamin C, and what I do after I've dried them is just take a quart jar, fill as many dried berries as you can fit into the quart jar, and then simply pour over vodka or a light rum until the jar is filled. Then keep it in a dark spot, and every day just give it a shake or so for at least up to 6 weeks. And then you have a awesome cough and cold medication for winter, and we just leave the berries in it until the container's dry and then just start the process again. My next step is to head indoors and to cook down these berries. They actually only take a little bit of lemon juice and some sweetener. Instead of sugar, I've been using stevia, which makes a really delightful flavor. And instead of lemon juice, if you've kept over your sumac juice, being that that's a citric juice, you can use that in place of lemon juice, so it's actually a sumac elderberry jelly. So I have to head in and cook these down, and by morning I should have some fresh elderberry jelly. At this point I have all the elderberries in a pan, and I've just washed them in a big bowl of water, removed any green berries and as much sticks as I could. And because I'm making jelly, what I'm going to be doing is bringing these berries to a boil and just let them simmer for about 15 minutes. Then they'll be transferred. What I'll do is just transfer them into a pillowcase and allow the juices to come out, as I need the juice to make jelly with. The elderberries are simmering now, and if you look into the ladle, you'll see they're making their own juice, and that's the juice that we're going to be using for the jelly. Each berry is filled with natural juices, so you don't need to add any water to this jelly. Our 15 minutes are up, so what I'm about to do is to take these cooked berries, and I will be putting them into this glass dish, and I've taken a pillowcase and covered one of my colanders with it, and I will set that on top of my glass dish here in the sink, and we'll pour the elderberries into it. I will lift up the colander and try to get underneath it to show you the berry juice, the elderberry juice that's coming out, and I'm just going to let this sit and cool down while I take care of a few chores, and when I come back I hope I have enough elderberry juice to go ahead and make the jelly. This is a shot of the elderberries after all the juices have been extracted. In this pan here I have 3 cups of elderberry juice, and then I have a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1 package of pectin, and 2½ teaspoons of stevia concentrate. Now, you'll find a lot of recipes online using the same amount of elderberry juice, lemon juice, but they will ask for 7½ cups of sugar. My recipe will probably make 3 jars of jam, whereas the ones with sugar will make 5 or 6 jars of jam, but your 3 extra jars of jam will come purely from sugar, so I've chosen to use stevia instead. What I'm doing right now is simply stirring this mixture, bringing it to a boil, and all I have to do is boil it for 1 minute, then pour it into my sterilized jars. So I'll be right back with you. Alright, we've boiled it for a minute, so now we're going to ladle it in our hot sterilized jars. Alright, there you have it. 2 nutritious, delicious jars of elderberry jelly made with elderberries, lemon juice, stevia powder, and Sure-Gel. Now, in order to make these 2 jars, you'll have to pick 2 quarts of elderberries and cook them down. That'll make you 3 cups of liquid. This is Tam Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire, thanking you for joining me for another video, and I hope to see you soon on another video. In the meantime, thank you so much for your awesome comments and your support. They're much appreciated. Have a great day.